Please begin. Please start the session.
Okay, we will wait for some time until some more students join. Kindly ask your friends to join. We will commence the session promptly at 8:30 a.m. Coordinates Universal Time. Good afternoon all. I'm M. Rafiq Behaki as the President of SPE Institute Technology Petroleum Balongan Student Chapter. Honored to stand before you as the Master of Ceremony for today's interactive webinar organized by the Institute SPE Student Chapter in collaboration with other student chapter, which I can speak one by one without losing my respect. On behalf of our entire team, I extend a warm welcome to all of you. I express my heartfelt gratitude to Jackie Sir, member of EduCAF Training Academy and former SB President, for this support which has made this webinar possible. Before we proceed with the session, I'd like to briefly introduce EduCAF Training Academy. EduCAF was established in 2017 as a training academy for young professional and aspiring engineers with a desire to build their careers in the oil, gas, and power industry. As the name suggests, EduCAF stands for the Education Center of Academic Vision and Excellence. Starting with just a handful of students, EduCAF has scaled new heights of success by providing training for B.E and M.E petroleum engineering student, as well as B.SC and M.SC geology student. EduCAF mission has always been to bridge the gap between academia and industry throughout our campus to corporate initiative. In today's competitive job market, finding employment has become increasingly challenging due to the rising demand for industry technical knowledge. EduCAF is led by a team of field engineers with over 12 to 30 years of experience working in various segments of the oil, gas, and power industry. EduCAF aims to 1. Provide job-oriented trainings, course, and internship. 2. Share the technical knowledge we have acquired in our respective fields. 3. Help students understand the importance of building professional networks. 4. Educate students about the different career paths they can pursue. 5. Emphasize the significance of personality development not only for clearing interview and securing job, but also for sustaining a successful career in the industry. 6. Discuss the various skills and domains required by the industry and guide students on how to equip themselves. This includes understanding the importance of being technically confident and the role of personality development in their professional journey. 7. I request you all to stay in touch with EduCAF until you secure a job because EduCAF is here to provide a helping hand for all the students, and educators is proud to say that this effort has already helped more than 600 plus freshers secure jobs in the core field at good position. And we will go to introduction of the speaker. Without further ado, it's my privilege to introduce our esteemed speaker, Mr. Muhammad Zesan, the Superintendent Geophysics Wells at ONGC. Mr. Zesan, a graduate of the Indian School of Mines, done but with a Master in Applied Geophysics, has been with ONGC since 2013. Over his decade-long career, he has played a pivotal role in geosteering for Mumbai High, successfully placing over 120 drains holes and establishing oil in new reservoirs. His contribution earned him the prestigious CMD Award in 2020. Recently, he transitioned from providing petrophysical solution in Mumbai High to overseeing wireline logging operation for the Tripura assets. We sincerely appreciate Educaf Training Academy for facilitating this session. Please feel free to engage and ask questions as Mr. Zishan shares his valuable insight with us. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you for introducing me, and welcome all for Geosteering Technological webinar.
Welcome, sir.
Can we start?
Yes,
Okay.
you can start.
I think it's going to be an interactive section, and I want to be interaction from both sides, and I request everybody to participate and share their ideas with me. These are the points which we would like to discuss. First is the introduction, and then we have discussed through the geosteering technology, followed by the MWD and LWD technology. What are its pros and cons? And then we will go through the interpretation of image log, followed by the importance of geosteering in oil and gas industry. So, being in oil industry was the most important point is success of a well. So, what you think about this? Which well you will say successful and which well you will say not successful? Any opinion? Any of you, please share your opinion. Anybody would like to interact and tell his point of view? What you think about the success of a well? Okay. Actually, success of a well is classified into two categories. One is short term and another is long term. In short terms, what are the parameters which we are looking for? First of all, we should drill a well safely. Okay, just let me put some pointer. Yeah, first is whenever we try to drill a well, the first objective is to drill the well safely. There should not be any complication and there should not be any blowout. And how smoothly we have drilled in a well, facing its challenges. These are the short-term goal whenever we try to stabilize a new well location. And then efficiently. Efficiently means why I'm saying efficiently? I should not destroy the formation. There are various parameters which are destroy the formation like higher mud weight than the formation pressure. So it substantially destroy the formation. So I should drill a well safely as well efficiently. Of course, time matter a lot. Whenever you are drilling a well, rig costs, tool cost, operation costs matter a lot for us. If you have consumed too much time, so it's going to be out of budget. So this parameter is considered as one of the important point. You have to deliver safely, efficiently with time, and definitely on the budget. Once the well has been completed, it should produce oil or gas production. And what are the parameters we are looking in long term? First one is the production which I have achieved through the short term. Is it I am able to maintain? Is a sustained production or the production is declining rapidly? It's a matter of concern in long term to get the return on investment. So the point is highly important for us is sustained production. Second point in long term which matter a lot for us is water or gas back through. Whether I am producing oil or gas, there should not be any breakthrough. If I say oil well, there should not be a breakthrough of water or gas. If it's a gas well, there should not be a breakthrough of oil. If it comes, we need to interfere with the well. We need interventions to prevent it. And last is the well intervention. Well intervention means when I am able to produce and somehow there is something happen in the well which is causing unable to produce a well. So I need an intervention in that. The what are the well intervention jobs? They are well setting jobs. Sometime what can happen, water come, gas come, so we need to control these fluids. These are called well interventions. So success of a well mainly defined into two categories, short term and long term. And these are the parameters which are highly important for us in long run and short run. And they are going to define the how successful you have drilled a well. Any question from the participants? Anybody would like to ask anything?
So they are dropping in the chat box.
Okay, they are dropping the message. Follow the targets completely. Okay. We should okay. Second is being in an oil industry, what are the important factors? The first of all, should develop a field in such a way there should be high recovery factor. Whenever I am going to drill a well, I need high recovery factor. I need to improvise the field performance, and at the same time, I need to save the rig cost. Can anybody tell how can these will be achieved? And suppose they are the fracture reservoirs. In fracture reservoir, it's not easy to produce oil and gas. So what are the technology that is required to produce through a fracture reservoir? Sometimes the target may be unreachable and through a vertical well. And we need to take care of this and how we can achieve this. And the next point is optimize well density. For a particular field, I don't want to put so many wells. There should be an optimal number of well density to produce good production to improve the field performance. So the question mark, is it then a technology which govern all the factor? It means what I would like to ask, it's how can I save the rig costs? And at the same time, I put my recovery factor high, I can control the fracture zone, and I should be able to reach the target, especially of deep offshore wells. Overall is to improve the field performance. Yes, we can all achieve these goals through the geosteering technology. Geosteering technology help us to control all of these parameters. So it's such an important in oil and gas industry to get high return on investment. Yeah, it's an urban area. I am unable to drill through a vertical well. Suppose I want to exploit oil from this section. Okay, let me point out pointer. Yeah, in urban area, this portion is unreachable through a vertical location. So how can I exploit the oil from this location? The idea is we can't exploit oil through vertical well. So what I need to do is project high angle well. We call it geosteering. In geosteering or directional drilling, we can exploit the oil from the unreachable targets. It's a big significance, especially is in urban area as well as deep offshore area. In deep offshore area, we are able to exploit oil because as we approach to the deep offshore area, the rig costs become too much high. In that case, it's not possible to drain oil with a vertical well. So what we want?
Sir, some students are asking questions in the chat box. So can I
Okay.
convey to you?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, they are asking what is pay zone?
What is
Pay zone.
pay zone? Very good question. Pay zone. In formation, there are two parts. One is reservoir part and another is non-reservoir part. So reservoir part is something which is hydrocarbon bearing. So pay zone say the interval of formation through which we can exploit the oil. It's called pay zone. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please convey these questions to me whenever it comes, and I would like to answer it. It's my pleasure. Okay. So what is happening? When I drill a vertical well, the pay zone is this much. Okay. I like to zoom it. When I am drilling a vertical well, it's my pay zone only of this length. But when I am drilling a drain hole or high angle well, I increase the well in the pay zone or where the hydrocarbon is located. Pay zone is something where hydrocarbon is located. Somebody asked in the chat box, is directional drilling similar to the concept? Is geosteering similar to the concept of directional drilling? Yes, it is. Geosteering is nothing but directional drilling. Use pointer, please. Okay. Yes. My pointer is visible?
No.
My pointer is not visible. Okay. Is it visible now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, visible.
So when I am going to drill, this is the reservoir, gray color. And if I drill a vertical well, this much is going to be the pay zone, which is maybe in TVT meter, 2 meter, 3 meter, 4 meter maybe. And I would like to drain the oil from this reservoir. So the contact or drainage area is very less. If I drew from a vertical well, But if I do this from a drain hole or geosteering, the exposure through the reservoir part is very high. I am able to put the well in the most productive zone. Most productive zone. This is the most productive zone part. In vertical well, I have drill only 2 or 3 meter, which I will be perforating. But through the directional drilling or geosteering, I am able to still much higher length, which will result higher productions. Suppose this is a fracture reservoir. Okay. If I drill a vertical well, so the number of fracture crossing the well is very less. So I am not going to have better production. But if I do a drain hole or geosteering, my well trajectory is crossing through the most of the fracture zone. So if my well trajectory will cross most of the fractures, then it's going to be the higher production, which is my goal. So if you compare through a vertical well, the geosteering well, in case of fracture reservoir, our production will be much more higher when we place a high angle well or drain hole as compared to vertical well. So my production is going to be very much higher. Okay, last one.
Some students are asking questions in the chat box. So I would
Okay.
request you to check it.
Yes, always interrupt me and just share their means questions with me.
Sure. Some students have asked now, sir, at the first and second figure,
Okay.
drill horizontal? Will we drill horizontally to get the target?
Yes. In
Second
first
is,
figure, it's an urban area. So in urban area, I can't exploit the oil through a vertical well. I need my well trajectory to follow the reservoirs. In this case, this area, I won't be able to get through the vertical well. So I will miss the oil if I will try to get it through a vertical well. But see, I have exploited the oil if I drill a high angle well, geosteer, drain hole. I am able to drain oil from this area, which is below the urban area, where it's not possible to drill a vertical well. Same situation arise in case of deep offshore. What happen when we go away from the shoreline? So if seawater depth is 80 or 100 meters, the rig cost is less comparatively. If we go beyond that, the rig cost and all parameters become too much expensive. So these, in order to exploit these target, we are going to place the drain holes. Drain hole help us in exploiting oil where it's not possible to achieve through a vertical well. I hope I am clear.
yes, sir, I would request you to check the chat box yourself because you'll be able to answer nicely.
Yeah. Somebody asked me how can we bend these high strength pipes beneath the ground surface? It's a very good question from a Yasin Arafat. Okay, Arafat, very good question. In this case, what is happened? Do you know about the dog leg? Dog leg is something which is to be optimized. It is in 10 meter, I can build or drop an inclination by 1 degree. So if I want my pipe to go after drain hole, so I should maintain the dog leg. Have you ever seen directional survey? In directional survey, in the one of the column, there is a factor we call it DLS. DLS is nothing but dog leg. If I can Maintain my dog leg within 3. 3 means in 30 meter I can build or drop maximum 3-degree inclination. It's if I drill high DLS well like 4 or 5, then my pipe will won't go through it. So I have to keep in mind DLS in my mind. Any question, Arafat? Is it clear to you?
So students cannot speak, they can only
Okay,
chat.
okay. So I hope I have explained all these things. How accurately can geosteering system, okay, detect the boundaries of the pay zone in real time? Very good question. How accurately geosteering system can detect the boundary of a pay zone? Yes, it's very important questions. First of all, whenever we do a geosteering, we should know about our formation. We have contour map, we have model. Through the model and through the contour map, we have an idea. So when I deliver, I will be required LWD technology. If I have LWD technology, I can detect the boundary and subsequently place my drain hole within the pay zone in the best part of the reservoir where oil is accumulated. So geosteering can detect the bond boundaries. We have an idea of depth. We can place our well parallel to it and then do the directional drilling to place the drain hole in the best part of the reservoir. Okay. Mm, okay. Okay. This is my pay zone. Pay zone means a reservoir which is having oil or gas, and it is behaving like this. So what I would like to say, if you drill a vertical well, you have only 2 or 3 meter. You have only 2 or 3 meter of pay zone. Where if you do follow this well trajectory, which is high angle well or drain hole, in this I am able to go a high range of pay zone. In Mumbai High, in India, we have placed drain hole from 250 meter to 1000 meter in length within a TVD of 1.5 to 2 meter of pay zone. So this is how successful the geosteering it is through the LWD technology. So see, if you drill a vertical well, you are able to exploit oil to 2 or 3 meter, and the drainage area of this will be up to 500 meter depending upon the permeability and other factors. Okay, somebody asked me what is LWD? LW is logging while drilling. I will come into that part. In LWD, we get gamma ray log, resistivity, Newton density, as well as image log of density. So this is about LWD. It will come into my upcoming presentation slides. Sir, we know BOP is used just before the target in case of vertical drilling, but in horizontal drilling, where the blowout preventer will be located. Yeah, no problem. There is nothing is going to be changed in the BOP. As you are putting your BOP in vertical well, it's going to be the same in horizontal well. There is nothing to do with the BOP. You don't have to be worried regarding that. It's going to be on the same location. Only the difference between horizontal drilling and vertical drilling is the directional profile. I am changing the well trajectory to a higher angle so that I can increase the length of the pay zone, the most productive part. Okay, next. Okay. Okay. Whenever I plan to drill a drain hole, suppose this is my target area. I want to drill from target 1 to target 3. It's yellow is the pay zone. And you see, it is having a real dips. Dip is varying throughout the zone, and I have planned my well trajectory. First, I should land the where in target 1. Suppose, say example for an 8.5 section. And then in 16 section, I am planning to place my drain hole from target 1 to target 3. So this is my planning. So I want to place my drain hole in two parts. In first section, I am going to land the well over a target, over the top of the reservoir. And then I will change the direction to place the drain hole and reach up to the target level 3 so that I should have more length of the pay zone. Next. Yeah. I plan this one, but in reality, green is my plan trajectory and red one is my actual trajectory. What happened when I drill? What I find a fault. A fault encountered and it changed my pay zone. Earlier I thought it will be continuous, but now due to fault it is shifted. So what I will do, I will try to put the trajectory which is current now, red one, into the pay zone. So I will change the well trajectory and to put into the pay zone. And see, due to variable dips and fault, my trajectory has been changed. Earlier it was green one, which I thought is to be drilled through this way, but now it has been changed to the red one because of fault and variable dips. It may come in your planning. So geosteering take care of these things. We are able to get all these information through geosteering, seismic section, contour map, geological data, nearby data, and this help us in getting more accurate subsurface picture to place more successful drain hole. So earlier I planned this one, but now my well trajectory has been changed and I am able to track in the faulted and variable dip reservoir as well. Somebody is asking how do we increase WOB, weight on bit in lateral section? Yes, I will answer your question. Weight on bit are the drilling parameters, which is controlled by the MWD technology. I will discuss this thing in more in my upcoming session, means slides. Yeah, this is shell. Shell is a non-reservoir part, and this is my reservoir which is water bearing in zone 2, and my oil is located beneath the cap rock shell. Okay, what I will do? I would like to do uh, I want to exploit this attic oil. So I am going to do this. If I define my trajectory to be low angle, then it will be very less exploitation of oil and water breakthrough will be too early. Okay, somebody is asking what is sliding and what is sweet spot. Okay, sweet spot means zone or interval where I am having good petrophysical parameter which is defining my hydrocarbon where my porosity, my resistivity is higher, where is I am having higher saturations. This is called sweet spot. So sweet spot is something. So if I drill, is it similar to Pison? Yes, my sweet spot is similar to the Pison. Both are the same thing. Okay. What is attic oil? Okay. Oil which is bounded by this cap rock is called attic oil. It's a basically reservoir part. In this below the cap rock, I have reservoir and I have hydrocarbon. So if it is beyond the cap rock, I will say attic oil. So my objective is to put a well trajectory so that I can have maximum exploitation of oil and minimum of water breakthrough. My water breakthrough will be very much delay. So what I will do? I will try to, the Blake line is the well trajectory. So what I will try to do? I will try to put this well trajectory through the top of the attic oil so that I can drain most of the oil and my water breakthrough should be delayed over a long period of time. So black one is the well trajectory. If I put some other trajectory, so I am going to drill less through the pay zone, sweet spot. So I would like to change my well trajectory to have maximum oil, right? Okay, next. Yeah, there are various challenges described in oil industry and it can be classified into two categories. One is geological challenge, which is playing by the formations. What are the geological challenges while we are performing geosteering? First one is variable dips. Dip is variable. See, this is a anticline structure. Dip and white one is my pay zone. Over pay zone, I see here my dip is increasing sharply and its a bed is up dip. Where after this point, my dip is going to be in downward direction. So I am encountering through the variable dips. Here it is up dip, here it is down dip. So my dips are variable. So this is geological challenge. While placing the drain hole or geosteering, we should take care of variable dips. I have to put the well trajectory in such a way it should be to the parallel to the pay zone so that I can put my drain hole in the most productive part. Second geological challenge is structural disturbance. There may be fault while you are drilling a drain hole or geosteering well placement. So if a fault comes, okay, somebody is asking what is variable dip. If my dip is changing over a formation, I will say variable dip. See, this is an anticline structure. If you see the left flank, the dip is increasing. Okay, and the bed is up dip. If you see after on the right flank, the bed is dipping down gently. So we say the bed is variable dips. My dip is changing over the flanks of an anticline or syncline structure. These are called variable dips. And these are the fault. Fault are nothing but structural disturbance. And it's a geological challenge while placing the drain hole or reservoir navigation or drain hole. Sorry, well placement. And third one is the thickness of the switch zone. While we are placing a drain hole, my pay zone is up to the 1 meter on 1 meter thickness. So it's a challenge. If 1.5 meter pay zone is there, then I must do my geosteering very carefully because my little deviation will go either through the cap rock or I will may penetrate into the non-reservoir bed. So this is thin bed. Thin bed is a geological challenge. And what is another is geophysical challenge. What is geophysical challenge? Offset of density image log. We do geosteering through the LWD log, and in LWD log, image log is at 20 to 25 meter offset from the bit. So I get this information after drilling 22 meters. So I should do precaution while and take in my mind to how I am going to be manage this. Second one is DLS. Somebody's asked me, can have heavy steel pipe can go through these pipes. So DLS is something which is going to be help us. It is dog leg. They should be optimized and it should be less than 3. Maximum we can keep up to 3. If we will put more than 3, our drill pipe is not going to be into that and we won't be able to complete the well. Okay. Somebody asking if during drilling we mistakenly drill through the cap rock, then how it will affect the pay zone. Yes, if you drill through the cap rock, you have to come back into the pay zone so that we can maximum put our well trajectory in the most productive part. So if we penetrated through the cap rock, we need to change the well trajectory to come into the pay zone again, right? And somebody is asking what is DLS? DLS is dog leg. Dog leg is in 10 meter MD, I can change only 1 degree in inclination. If I maximum, this is called dog leg. I can't change more than that. If I build 2 degree inclination in 10 meter or drop 2 meter degree, so my steel pipe, my casing is not going to be into the pay zone. So my entire efforts is going to be waste. So dog leg should become within a limit up to 3 degree in 30 meter. This is DLS. I hope it is clear to Mahir, Ibit P. Somebody is asking, desired inclination is a ideal condition of well trajectory. Yes, we need to put our inclination in such a way we should drill through the most productive part. If we are able to drill through the most productive hour, I will be playing through the inclination. If I am able to play with the inclination, I am going to put into a most productive part. So I need to play Zubair in for the well trajectory. Does WIP stock help in DLS? No, WIP is stock nothing related to DLS. DLS is something while drilling, I need to change the inclination to put my well trajectory into the best reservoir part. So this is nothing related to WIP stock. And third one is sometimes unable to maintain desired inclination. Due to tool limitations, sometimes we are not able to build or drop the inclination. So inability to maintain desired inclination. We are unable to maintain the desired inclination. So it's a geophysical challenge. So what we have read it? Geological challenge, geophysical challenge. These need to be take care of mind while planning for the geosteering or drain hole. What will be the action of a driller when he drill and get into a fault? Okay. When if suddenly you have entered into the fault, there may be mud loss. Through the once we encounter in the fault hole, while drilling the fault hole, we need to modify the well trajectory so that we can come back into the pay zone. So driller need to give command and play with the bit to go up and down according to the situation to place the well into the pay zone part. Can you please repeat about offset of density image log? Yes, I will definitely repeat, and it's going to become in my upcoming slide. Offset of density image log. Okay, I will answer your question in the next slide when I will discuss through the LWD log. In there, it will be much more clear. Yasin Arafat. Okay. This is something about MW technology. Why MWD technology is needed for geosteering? I drill a well through the different section. So MWD technology is required to cover up my interest zone of interest formation and formation which are always of not interest. So MWD is a low cost data, and what we are getting through the MWD data is the mud pulse telemetry. Have you ever thought how data is transmitted in case of direction drilling or through the MWD? It is transmitted through the mud pulse telemetry. Mud pulses, yes, mud pulses which are coming through the annulus part. Through the drill pipe, we are putting the mud, and from the annulus, we are getting the mud pulses. So through these mud pulses, we are able to get the information. Somebody is asking MWD is a live or recorded data. MWD is a live data. Okay. And another petroleum and gas engineering. Hmm. Second one is what information I am getting through the MWD technology. One information I am getting through multiple telemetry and through relating drilling related measurements. what information I'm getting through MWT is the drilling related. For example, weight on bit. How much my is weight on bit and how much is the torque. These are the drilling related measurements as well as ECD. Do you know about ECD? Equivalent circulation density, which tell about the how cuttings are being lifted. These are drilling related measurements. So when I am going through an MWW technology, through the mud pulse telemetry, I am able to get drilling related info measurement as well, like weight on bit, torque, equivalent circulation density, annulus pressure, and all. Somebody is asking MWD live data. What about LWD? Is live data or recording data? It's both. MWD and LWD is a live data, real time transmission, although it is stored in high much we say uh, resolution in recorded data. Once the tool come to the surface, we call it memory data. So in MWD technology and LWD technology, we are having live data as well as recorded data. Both data we are having. Okay, please can you come with full meaning of MWD? MWD means measurement while drilling. Measurement while drilling means I am drilling and I will measuring some of the parameter through the mud pulse telemetry. And what information I am getting? I am getting drilling related measurements like weight on bit, torque, equivalent circulation density, which give information about the cuttings. And what information I am getting through directional drilling? Like inclination, azimuth, and all. Inclination azimuth tells about the directional drilling so that I can change my well trajectory. We call it directional drilling. And in MWD, measurement while drilling, I am also getting gamma log. Gamma tell about the radioactivity of the formation. So I am also measuring gamma log. So in MWD data, we are getting drilling related measurement, direction drilling data, gamma ray through the mud pulse telemetry. Is which one we are using in oil and gas industry, LWD and MWD? Which impact is more in industry? Rakesh is asking. Okay. Rakesh, both we are using in the industry MWD, measurement while drilling, as well as LWD, logging while drilling. And both are having the much more impact. What is the difference between them? MWD is a low cost data. Okay, and LWD is a high cost data. I will come in my upcoming slide through the LWD data as well. Okay. Mud pulse telemetry is a real-time data transmission which is through the mud pulses and the data is encoded in the pressure pulses. Pressure pulses are getting received at the surface and in encoded form. We extract these information and get what is the actual parameters in the subsurface and what are other thing is directional drilling parameters we are getting also through the measurement while drilling. What are they? They are inclination, azimuth as well as tool face. These are the directional drilling parameter which we are getting through the MWD technology. We are also getting drilling related measurements such as weight and torque on bit, ECD, equivalent circulation density, and annulus pressure. All these information we are going through the MWD technology. MWD technology is a low cost data, where formation is not aspect to be hydrocarbon bearing. These sections are drilled with MWD technology. Somebody is asking, Faraz is asking, MWT tool is attached with the above bit? Yes, MWT tools are attached above the bit. LWT tool is also attached with the bit. Yeah, LWD. LWD means logging while drilling. Logging while drilling, what does it mean? What data I am getting? I am getting MWD data, the entire MWD data I am getting. Apart from this, I am also getting porosity of the formation, which I am getting through the density log and through the neutron log. So, apart from MWD data, in LWD data, I am also getting porosity, resistivity of the formation. Resistivity tell about how our which type of fluid is located in the porous part of the reservoir. So resistivity we are also measuring to delineate petrophysical parameters. And then I am also getting image log. In next slide, I will show all these parameters. So what are the information I am going through LWD data? MWD data plus porosity plus resistivity plus image log. All these data combine in LWD. Rakesh is asking, during drilling time, we are attaching either MWD or LWD. Is it required or not the particular time using data recording in certain depth? Okay. While I am preparing my tool, either I have to put LWD or I can put my MWD based on my objective. Objective play major role in deciding which tool I need to play. If the formations are hydrocarbon bearing, I need to put LWD data. And if the formations are not hydrocarbon bearing, then I need low cost data, which is MWD data. LWD data means entire petrophysical parameter you are going to get it. Porosity, resistivity, and image log. You can do the geosteering with that. So LWD is a high cost data, getting most of the information about the formation, petrophysical evaluation. Okay. LWD, it is how LWD tools look like. First track is the gamma ray log. It's a practical example where I have seen oil, gas, and oil water contact in a particular well, which is very rarely to find. I will explain what is image log. Wait for a minute. So this is gamma ray log. And second is the track. This is lithogamy log. We call it resistivity logs. And third one is the blue one is neutron porosity and red one is the density porosity. And then we are having image log. So this is my LWD data. In LWD data, I am getting resistivity of the formation as well. I am getting neutron density of the formation of the well, and this is the image data which help us in geosteering. Somebody is asking what is OWC? OWC is oil and water contact. Here is a transition of oil to water. So we say oil to water contact. So what is happened? If you see As per the LWD log, resistivity of these formation is higher. Resistivity tell us about the fluid part. What type of fluid is there? High resistive means either it is through the gas or through the oil. And you see the porosity. The neutron density porosity fall down through this way, and density porosity also fall down through this way. So it's a gas reservoir. And if you see through this, high resistivity is high, gamma ray is low, density is also low, and neutron is following the density log. So it's an example of oil. Where are these log used for getting lithology info? Yes, we are getting lithological information using this LWD log. Not only about the lithology, we are also getting fluid part, which fluid it is in the borehole formation, what kind of formation bearing, which fluid. And see, resistivity of these fall down quickly and porosity is higher. The formation, this one is having high porosity and resistivity is having high here and it is declining in this way. So we can say water is having low resistivity. So this formation is water bearing and this formation is having high resistivity with a high porosity. So it's a oil part. So this is oil and this is water. So where there is a transition, the transition point we say oil water contact. Okay. And if you come down, you will see the formation is having higher porosity and the resistivity is low. So the formation is completely filled with the water. So, okay. SP log used for here. This is the data of offshore well. In offshore well, we don't acquire SP log. It's a LWD data of an offshore well. Another example, we have acquired SP log as well. I will show with more examples. So, with the help of LWD, we are okay. Please tell more on what on that OWC. Okay, Raji Dauba. Resistivity, see, for formation is low radioactive. Gamma ray is clean. So clean means reservoir. It's a reservoir. If you go through it, opposite to this, resistivity is high. See the scale? Scale is increasing from zero point 0.2 to 2000 ohm. So resistivity is high and the formation is porous part. Okay. When I am going to discuss this into the webinar, I am going to tell you these thing in details about the interpretation, how we read through the porosity of the formation, resistivity, and what informations we are getting from the gamma ray as well. So it's the describing all the formation fluid part. Okay, somebody is asking, I want to get the interpretation well. Yes, in interpretation, what is gamma ray tells about the whether the formation is clean or the formation is shelly. Shelly formations are not hydrocarbon bearing, but clean formations such as limestone, sandstone, they are hydrocarbon bearing. And through the hydrocarbon bearing, we see if the resistivity is high. See, up to 20 ohm resistivity, we are able to read. So 20 ohm is a high resistivity. Here resistivity is 1 or 2 ohm. So 1 or 2 ohm means low resistivity. Low resistivity means if there is a porous part, it means that porous part is filled with water. So we say the formation is water bearing. But see, the density is increasing in this direction. Scale is 1.8 to 2.8. So my density is increasing in this direction. So I will say it's a tight formation and its gamma ray is high. So it's a shelly part. So I will tell this part is non-productive part, and where I am getting high resistivity with good porosity, these parts are called reservoir parts. So through this, I am able to conclude regarding the which type of the formation having which fluid. When it is gas filled, when it is oil filled, and where is my oil water contact or water bearing, right? So we are getting all these information through the LWD log. Whereas in MWD log, we are getting only gamma ray log with other parameter, which is related to drilling parameter, like weight on bit, torque on bit, like equivalent circulation density, which give information about the cuttings. Is it cuttings being lifted or not? And then we are having annulus pressure, and then we come about inclination and azimuth in MW technology, where in LWD technology, apart from this, we are having resistivity log, neutron density log, image log. We are having entire information, so we can know very quickly which fluid is filled into the formation. We will come into detail through these logs, LW logs in our webinar. I am having much more examples to identify and practice you to distinguish oil, gas, water, how they appear in the log and how we conclude that. Hmm. Density scale, okay. Just a minute. Hmm. Density image scale is shown from 1.8 gram per centimeter to 2.8 gram centimeter cube. Okay, and how these data is acquired, I'm going to explain in the next my upcoming slide. In this slide, my more emphasis gone on how to distinguish between fluid type through the LW log. Now, how this image log help us in geosteering, that will be available in my upcoming class, upcoming slides. Sorry. Hmm. How we can represent uh, fracture. Suppose this is a fracture and this is my vertical well. Okay. So if I cross through a vertical well a fracture, this is orange color belongs to a fracture. Yes, you can get the PPT after the class. It's a fracture and the borehole is crossing the fracture part. So if I cut through a scissor and would like to see how my fracture will look like in 2D plane, so it's a representation. See, if I cut through this way, my green part will come at the topmost part and my blue will come to the bottommost part. Red will come here and blue will come sideways. Okay. So it means if I cross a fracture through a borehole, vertical borehole, and I would like to represent in a 2D plane, so it's a sinusoidal wave. The green will be the top part and blue one will be the bottom part. What is about that? When I cross a fracture through a vertical well, okay, so the top part come, the fracture blue one comes at the top part, and the when I cross the fracture, it will come at the bottom part. Is it clear to everyone? Hmm. What about if I place, this is a fracture, and if I put a drain hole through the fracture, how it will appear? My green part will be come here, and my blue part, which is the bottom mass part, will appear here. So it's again a sinusoidal wave. What does it mean? It means if I cross a fracture through a horizontal well, it will be in a smiley face. These are my padding plane, and these are the fractures. So fracture represent in an image log like it is a smile face. Smile face say about the fracture that my borehole just crossed a fracture. Okay. Yes, I will share the PDF after the class. Yeah. This is image log. Can I drink water? Yes, this is this is a bed, and this is our tool. What is happening? Just people see carefully. When I am crossing this bed, okay, so just okay. When I am crossing this bed, so what is happening? To see this, just visualize the picture. It's my bed, and this is my bit, okay, and it is a top part of the bit. So where it is a bit, when I am hitting the bed from the downward direction, so this part, it is a bottom sensor, and this are top sensor. This is bottom and this is top. Okay, so my bottom sensor is going to hit first here, and then I will going to penetrate more. In last, my top sensor will come. So it is regarding this. If I drill through a bed, so my bottommost sensor read the first, this one. This point correspond to this is my bottom part here. When I drill further, this is my top part. The top part will come here. So whenever I cross a bed, okay, from by cutting it from the top, I am having a down cutting feature on the image log. So it's a down cutting feature. Down cutting indicates that I have cutted my bed from the top part. Remember how this sinusoidal formation forms? This is my bottom sensor. So if I hit through the bed, so my bottom sensor is sensing first this part. As I will penetrate more into the formation, my top sensor is will sense again. And you have already seen the a plane, if I cross, I can represent as a sinusoidal formation. And this part is touching the bed first, and this part is sensing the, we call it upper sensor, sensing in the last. So if I cross a bed from the top, it will be a sad face on the image log. As well as I say, see sad face in the image log, I come to know then I am cutting the bed from the top. So what I will do? I will change my inclination. I will change the inclination and try to modify the trajectory. Rather going this, I will change the trajectory to this so that I can drill more into the pay zone. I won't go straight now as I come to know through the image log. In image log, it's a sad face. It's a sad face. So this sad face comes. I come to know I have cutted the bed from the downside. So I need to change my bit direction. I need to increase the inclination so that I can play more into the pay zone. This is the most productive part. We say most productive. यहाँ पे क्या है हमारा पे जोन. पे जोन मतलब मीन्स oil is there and we are going to exploit oil, right? Is it clear to everyone? Second is how I come to know if I cross from the top. Yeah, in this case I am going through the bed and my just a minute. I am crossing this bed and my bit here first sensing the top part. This is my top part. Top part sensor is reading the first. So top part representation come here. As I will go further, so my bottom sensor will also sense, but it will sense somewhere here. So if I say its representation like this, so a bed like this will appear as a sinusoidal wave in the image log. So whenever I see a smiley face, then I will say it's a upcutting feature. So what I will do now, in spite of going here to here, I will change the trajectory. Now I will say my pay zone is going down because I am able to see a smiley face on the image log. So what I will do, I will change the inclination and put my well into the most productive part of the reservoir. So this is called geosteering. In geosteering, we change the inclination to put the bed into the most reservoir part. So in last example, I describe you if I see a sad face. A sad face tells about the I am cutting the formation from the bottom, so I need to uplift the inclination and put into the reservoir part. And if I am getting a smiley face on the image log, I will drop the inclination, try to put the into the reservoir part. So this is the way how geosteering is done. This interpretation needs practice and familiarization. I am going to discuss more into details with much more realistic example how we can tackle this. Although it will be very difficult to understand in a very quick short manner, but this is the basic technique of geosteering. In geosteering, I am going to change the bit orientation so that I can put into the reservoir part. In this case, I have shown through the bit. I come to know through the image log that I am having getting a smiley face on the image log. So I will drop the inclination and try to put the well into the pay zone part. This is how upcutting and downcutting feature will look like. See, this is a bed. This is a bed and this is my borehole. When I am cutting my borehole from the top, I am getting sad face on the image log. So what I will do in this case, I will change the inclination and I would like to try to increase the inclination. And when I am crossing parallel to the bed, I am neither getting a smiley face nor I am getting the sad face. So I am getting a bulleye. Bulleye means it's a sad face and it's a smiley face. Combining these two, we'll say bulleye. Bulleye means I am grazing the boundaries. I am not either entering into the formation or not escaping the formation. I am going parallel to the bed boundary. So I am holding the same inclination as the dip of the formation. When I increase the inclination, what I am trying to do is I am observing a smiley face on the image log. So I can say a smiley face on the I am able to visualize a smiley face on the image log. So I will try to drop the inclination and try to put my bit or my well trajectory into this part. We call it reservoir part. So this is the basic image log interpretation where we get down cutting feature means I am cutting the bed from the top and I need to increase the inclination, and then if I cut through the bed through the upper boundary and I am getting a smiley face on the image log, it means I am cutting the bed boundary from the top part. Then I need to drop the inclination. So this is how we play in geosteering. We play with the inclination to put more to put parallel to the bed through the smiling face or through the sad face. They tell about whether I am cutting the boundary from the top or we are cutting from the down. Someone is asking, sir, here we are changing only the inclination of a tool, but the orientation of bed is remaining the same, right? Yes, you are absolutely right. We are changing the inclination. We are trying to put parallel to the bed of the bed or pay zone. So if I am getting set face, I need to increase the inclination to put parallel to the formation. If I am getting a smiley face, I need to drop the inclination. I have much more realistic example with this, which I am going to share you with the in my classes. Sir, here we are changing only the inclination of the tool. Okay, just a minute. Yes, here we are changing inclination of the tool so that we can put it parallel to the pay zone or reservoir part so that we can increase the productivity of the well. Yeah, this is a perfect example where most of the points will be clear. See, in this part, I have cutted the bed from the top, so I am getting down cut feature and I am going into the pay zone. Here I cross through from the band boundary, so I am having bullseye effect here. So this is a sad feature. It means I am cutting the bed from the top part. Now entering I am into the sweet zone. And finally, what I did, I am having a smiley face. A smiley face comes when I cut the bed from the bottom and goes up. It means I need to drop the inclination to put into the pay zone. So this is an example where we did geosteering. This is another example. What happened in this case? It's a reservoir or pay zone. We are going through the well trajectory. At this point, I am cutting the bed from the top, so I am getting a downcut feature, and the feature is continue. After this, I hit the bed on the bottom boundary of the bed. I am also getting downward cutting structure. And finally, I escape from the bed. So this is appears on the image log. Timing of the webinar will be conveyed by the educate management team. It will be conveyed to you shortly. So this is the importance of geosteering. Why we do geosteering? There are mainly two purposes. One is by placing drain hole in the most productive part. If we will place the drain hole in the most productive part, our recovery factor will be very high. Second is the large coverage of drainage area. Drainage area is something from area where we are able to exploit oil. So through the drain hole, we are having large coverage area. And third one is production through fracture reservoir. Fracture reservoirs through a vertical. If you drill a vertical well, you are not going to be have better production. If you want better production, you need to place high angle well to produce through the fracture reservoir, and then you optimize the well spacing through geosteering. You reduces lot of number of wells. If you place through the geosteerings, you have optimal well spacing. And what about rig cost? You can reduce the cost by placing crucial landing at the target level so that there should not be any complication and well intervention. So you save a lot of cost in well placement or through the additional intervention. You reach through the deep offshore target where it's not possible to hire rig to place to go through vertical well. So through the geosteering, we reach deep offshore targets and we optimize the well density. So these are the importance of the geosteering, that it reduce the cost as well as improve the oil recovery. And then, thank you. So through geosteering, we reduces the cost as well as improve the field performance. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair, for your enlightening presentation. Your insights have provided us with a deeper understanding of geosteering technology. Before we conclude, I would like to remind all participants to kindly fill out the feedback form provided in the chat box. Your input is invaluable to us. Additionally, I encourage everyone to follow the LinkedIn page of EduCav and share your review on Google. Now it's time for the Q&A session. I invite participants to raise any question they may have.
Any question, please come. Please feel free to ask any doubt, any point which is not clear to all of you. Please feel free to ask. Regarding timing of the webinar, somebody is asking, this will be conveyed by the education team. Okay, somebody want me to summarize the geosteering in short. Okay, geosteering is a technique by which we play with the well trajectory to place more into the productive part, which is not we are able to do with the vertical well. In geosteering, we play with the well trajectory to put into the most productive part of the reservoir. So this is all about geosteering. Can you explain the image log? Yes, I can explain the image log. Yeah. This is density image log, which help us a lot in come to know through this image log whether we are cutting the bed from the top or we are cutting the bed from the bottom. See, blue is the borehole. It means our bit is try to cutting the bed, and red is the bed line. So if I am cutting the bed from the top part, see, I am able to see down cutting feature. These are the shape of down cutting features. This one, just a minute. So these are the down cutting feature. This is set bars. So if I cut the bed from the top part, I get down cut feature. So I come to know I am cutting the my poison from the down cutting. So I need to change the inclination and I need to build the inclination so that I can come parallel to the bed. And when I am drilling parallel to the bed, I am getting this is grazing boundary effect. These are the parallel lines. Parallel line it is coming because I am neither cutting the bed from the top or not cutting from the bottom. I am going parallel to the bed in this case. And then in this case, I am trying to escaping the bed from the top part. Yes, see, if I want to enter again into this bed, so I need to drop the inclination. Here it is something, I need to drop this much inclination to come parallel to it, so that I can put into the most productive part. Here I am skipping. So what I will get? I will get a smiley face here. This is a smiley face or greater sign. This is lesser sign and this is greater sign. Greater sign is we call it a smiley face. A smiley face comes when we cut up. So I will drop the inclination and I will come to know I am cutting the bed from the top. I drop the inclination to put parallel to the bed. So I will drop the inclination here in this case. Okay. Can a mud logging personnel go in a geosteering field? Yes, mud loggers are always welcome in any field. They have their importance. They tell us much more about cuttings and all, about the lithology. Okay. Somebody's asking, can you describe what the big different thing between directional horizontal learning and geosteering? Directional drilling, horizontal drilling, and geosteering. Both are horizontal drilling means you are going to put 90-degree inclination. And geosteering something you are modifying the trajectory so that you can place the well in the most productive part. If you're escaping the formation from the top part, you will try to lower the inclination and put parallel to the bed. It's a directional drilling. MWD collar. I didn't get this. MWD technology is something which gives all the information. It's a casing collar, we say. Collar is when we join two drilling pipe together, we get the collar. What previous slides? Okay. This one, LWD log. Okay. I need to go through the LWD log. LWD log, please discuss. Okay. This is LWD log. First track is the gamma ray log. Gamma ray tells about the okay, track number two you want me to discuss. Okay, MWD color RPM. Okay, okay. MWD color RPM is something the rotation per minute RPM. Rotation which you are giving to the drill bit to cut the formations. We call it MW RPM, MWD color. Anything else? Sir, geosteering technology is only used in directional drilling or in vertical drilling. Mainly, geosteering is used in directional drilling, where you need to increase the productivity of the well. You need to put parallel into the formation of the well. So it's required in directional drilling. Okay. Explain a bit about water or gas breakthrough. So whenever we are producing for oil, I will explain. Okay. Uh, yeah. When I am exploiting for a particular formation, okay, what I would like to do, I don't want if I am producing for the oil, so I don't want water in that. So if water comes, I will say water breakthrough. If a gas come, I will say gas breakthrough. It's difficult to manage these at the well site and difficult to difficult and they reduce your production. So these breakthrough needs to be minimized. We don't want water or gas breakthrough while we are taking the production. Can you explain more on this LWD log? Okay, yeah, I can explain more. Okay. Second track showing me the resistivity. Here scale of the resistivity is 0.2 to 2000 ohmmeter. And this resistivity is about 1 ohm and this is about more than 10. It's coming in the middle of the logarithmic scale, so it's 15 and it's all about 20. This one, just a minute, I need to put cursor. So this is 1 ohm, this is all about 2 ohm resistivity and this is around 15 ohm resistivity. So higher resistivity is indicative of the formation fluid, mostly oil or gas, but it has to be confirmed through other means like the porosity. You see, red is the density line. Density is falling down and neutron log is also falling down. See, the scale is reverse of density and neutron log. Both are crossing. We are having a crossover in the uh, porosity log. So this crossover we get in case of gas. So we say it's a gas reservoir. And if it's a high resistivity and we are having porous part, but in this case neutron is following the density log. See here, the neutron and density are having opposite nature. Neutron is moving to the right side and density is moving to the left. So the crossover we are having, which we get in case of gas. And in case of oil, both approach to each other. Density is also falling down and neutron is also falling down. So we say it's a high resistive formation. So high resistive formation with neutron and density following each other with good porosity, we say it's a oil. And in case of water, what will happen? Oil water contact. See, this formation is high resistivity, and it's a porous part where the resistivity is continuously falling down. So it's a low resistivity. So so resistivity is falling down here. So we say this is a water bearing zone and this is oil bearing zone. So the transition happens something in middle of this. So we say it's a water oil contact, all water contact. And in this part we have low resistivity and it's a porosity of the formation. It is having some porous part. So we say the formation is filled with water. Yes, is it clear now? I think that logs are affected by Hall condition. Yes, these logs are affected by Hall conditions. Due to certain data privacy, I can't show all the things, and so I have shown some part of it. So it's a log affected by the caliper or borehole conditions. Yes, you will get these slides. Educate team will share with you. Thank you all. Anything else may I help you with? So I hand over to uh, educate team to please proceed further. What to do next? Educate team, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you may proceed further.
Nazwa, are you there?
Okay, Mr. As we draw near to the end of our webinar, I want to express my gratitude to all the attendees for their active participation. Your engagement has made this event truly enriching. Thanks all and show gratitude to Educave Training Academy and the following student capture by mentioning their names. 1. SPE Niger Delta University, Nigeria. 2. SPE Ahmadu Bello University, Nigeria. 3. SPE Dar es Salaam Maritime Institute, Tanzania. 4. SPE RWTH ASEAN University, Germany. 5. SPE Jasor University of Science and Technology, Bangladesh. 6. SPE Chittagong University of Engineering and Technology. 7. SPE Parul University, Gujarat. In closing, I want to extend my heartfelt thanks once again to Mr. Mohsisen, our resource person, the faculty members, students of Institute Teknologi Petroleum Balungan, and all participants from various universities. Your presence has made this webinar a resounding success. Before leave a meeting, kindly open your camera for documentation session.
Yes, Nazwa. Done.
Okay, until we meet again, thank you and have a wonderful day.
Guys, you all can leave the session, but before leaving, make sure you fill the feedback form, and you will receive all these certificates as soon as possible. We will inform you in the group.